So, I'm a 36 years old man and my wife is 37. We have a 6-year-old son. We've been together for 16 years, with some ups and downs. These past 3 to 4 years have been very difficult for us as a couple. The birth of our son obviously had a huge impact on our daily routines and the time and energy we can dedicate to each other. But mostly, and to be fair, I have not been able to provide emotional stability to her. I created my own company 5 years ago, a few months after the birth of our son. I've been quite good at it, but it has taken a lot of my energy and attention. I've been working 12 to 15 hours a day from Monday to Friday, only taking a break to take care of my son on the morning and evening, and even though I've never worked on weekends, I was experimenting a lot of pressure and stress that were in my head 24/7. This contributed to me spending a lot less time with my wife, and eventually, it badly damaged our connection. I've become less and less eager to share my feelings with her. Less and less able to take good care of her, and express my love and gratitude for her support on a daily basis. Needless to say that our intimate life suffered a lot from it, both in terms of frequency and quality, until it became close to zero. Things got better at work roughly 1 year ago. I started having a much more sustainable balance then. I started making a lot of efforts in order to provide healthier balance and taking care of a lot more things. But our connection remained damaged. I have not been able to tell her that I love her, that she's beautiful. For years, I did not show very strong interest for her, her interests, her work. I feel ashamed and stupid. Words never came out of my mouth. And neither did they come out of hers too, eventually. I was a terrible husband. Always been a good father though, and that's something she recognizes. But a terrible husband. She always held on, never left me. However, in the past few months she had become more and more distant with me, and I slowly started to become suspicious. Last weekend, she had organized a 3-day getaway for both of us, without our son, for my upcoming birthday. She had booked a very nice hotel and had done all the planning for restaurants, activities, etc. She left home on Friday a few hours before I did and I was supposed to join her at the train station. Before I left, she told me she had forgotten her journal and asked me if I could take it with me. And of course, as I was suspicious, I opened it. I read stuff that felt weird and unclear but did not connect first. So I just took the journal and joined her for us to take the train together. We had a pleasant evening, went out for dinner and went to bed early. I woke up suddenly at 6 a.m. and had a flash. There were initials mentioned in her journal. And I eventually figured it out, these were the initials of one of her male colleagues. And having this info, the journal just made much more sense. She was having an affair with him since last January. I got dressed and left the hotel room while she was still sleeping. She heard me leave and tried to prevent me from leaving but I left anyway. I felt heartbroken. I spent hours walking alone in the city we were at. Obviously she tried to call me and texted me, and I told her I knew. She told me she was sorry, that she should have told me, that she should have spoken to me. That she thought several times about ending our relationship but always held on. That our communication had been so hard for so long and she just made this mistake. That she had finally ended her affair by herself because she wanted to focus on our relationship and try to save it. Which was one of the reasons why she had organized this weekend getaway. I spent hours thinking. I didn't know if I wanted to see her and to speak with her. Until I did. I had known it deep inside me for so long. I had been ***T husband. And what she had done rather made sense. She needed attention, she needed affection, she needed to feel attractive again, and I did not provide any of this for so long now. So she took the liberty to give herself some pleasurable times with someone else. I ended up going back to the hotel to listen to what she had to say. She did not know if it should be that hard for our relationship to go on. She had deep regrets. She loves me and wants it to work but no longer knows if we can be happy together. But eventually she chose me. This is when I had to spit it. I told her everything I had deep inside me for so long but just did not manage to say. That I knew how much responsible for this situation. That I did not do anything to prevent it. That I know I had not been a loving husband, giving her the emotional security she needed and deserved. So I immediately decided to forgive her and let it go. Opened my heart, shared my feelings. How much I love her after all these years, how much I want to spend my entire life with her and make her happy. And we spent the rest of the weekend talking about her affair, talking about our relationship, holding each other, saying we love each other and obviously, crying quite a bit because well, she feels guilty on her side, and I have some quite uncomfortable images in my own mind. We went back home yesterday evening. I just love her so much. I don't understand how I couldn't see it for so long. She's beautiful, she's kind, she's so smart and so cute and I just feel so happy when I'm holding her. Which had not really happened for a while. So since we're back, which is only a few hours ago, I just feel like moving mountains. I want to take care of everything at home, make her feel valued, planning for things we will do together, suggesting to use an app that helps communicating with each other on all kinds of topics on a daily basis. I know things have to be sustainable for the long run of course. But I just want to do everything that is in my power to make her happy with me. I feel weird with my reaction. It feels like I should be so mad, so angry, crying all the time, blaming her. And I did cry, hard, a few times since I got the news. Which was 2.5 days ago. She did her best to comfort me. But the feeling that dominates is that I just love her so much. I want her to feel safe and in trust with me. I'm mostly blaming myself for what happened. And I never want to take the risk to lose her anymore. Actually, we're technically not married, using husband/wife wordings as it's easier. But I'm even thinking that if things go well, I'd like to propose to her eventually. There are still some details about the affair I need to know in order to be able to move on. I feel like I needed to have precise details about when it started and when it ended. About why it happened in the first place and why it became a regular thing. If there have been other people, the answer scares me quite a bit. But there are some details I don't want to have as it seems they won't help, just hurt. I don't know if that all makes sense and if I should be careful about doing things in the right order or protecting myself more. I just feel like I love her so much. So I would be happy if some of you have some advice or experience to share.